there will always be delays. Just because you have a dream, it does not mean that it now becomes a straight path to you accomplishing that dream. Because in between the point where you establish your dream, where you identify your dream, and you actually accomplishing that dream, there really is a very big distance. Especially, like I said, if that dream is big enough. So the issue is not so much that whether you have a dream, as I mentioned earlier. The issue is whether you want that dream bad enough that you're willing to do anything and everything, whatever it takes, however long it's going to take for you to get there. Are you with me? Are you willing to wait? Are you willing to do whatever it takes to get there? But the bigger problem there is not what people on the outside say about our business. The bigger problem is what the people on the inside do. Far too often, I see people who get into this business and work it like a get-rich-quick scheme. And that becomes like a cancer that eats up and damages the very foundation of our business. Especially those, the foundation of the business of those who are building properly, who are building correctly, who are doing this with the right motivation. So guys, let me say this right now. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. Nothing worthwhile in life happens quick. Nothing worth having in life comes easy. One of the biggest stealers of your dream, if I could put it that way, is this thing called impatience. Impatience. See, the problem with impatience is it's got cousins. Once you allow impatience to come into your home, once you invite impatience to come in, once you welcome impatience to get into your door, it brings with it its cousins and cousin brothers and sisters, namely frustration, worry, great guests to have at home at any time, right? Anger, thank you. Then there's the accusation, then there's the blaming, and all sorts of things. In fact, it's like one entire herd of relatives that come in. You only welcomed in patience, then you end up having a full house of unwanted, unwelcomed guests. That's a challenge. The other challenge, and I see this in a lot of people, is once you've actually set out and said, I'm changing my life, I'm making a decision to change my circumstances, I'm making a decision to make sure that I live my life differently from the people who were before me, from my ancestors, my mother, my sister, whatever. And you draw that line and say, okay, I'm going to be different. But what happens is you instead of making that jump into success, you take a leap into the Sahara Desert. I see a lot of people who drop off from this business, not because they didn't have a dream, not because they didn't want the business in the first place, but because they did not have what it takes. Their inner world was not big enough. Their inner world was not strong enough. So this message is for you. At the moment where you think you can't do this anymore, it will happen. If it hasn't happened to you, it will happen. That is the moment that you need to decide to take that next step. Because as they say in network marketing, as my uplines taught me, and as I've seen and experienced myself, the only time this business will not work for you is if you stop, is if you quit. But as long as you keep taking that step, and they can be baby steps, you'll get there.